knowledge and understanding. At the end of this event, we shall return glory to you. Cover our lives with the blood of Jesus.
Quickly, there's something I like doing a whole lot, and that's networking. Wherever I go, I get to meet one or two persons. And the reason because, they say who you know oftentimes takes you further than what you can actually do, right? You could actually be sitting with the next CEO of the next big thing in tech. You actually be sitting with the next CEO of one big product, and you don't know, you could actually be sitting with the next president, the next governor of Enugu State, as the case may be. So without much ado, please, let's just put our hands together while I welcome to the podium Confidence, so that she can take us on this session and the training property.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Confidence Staveley, and I'm very excited and very honored to have every single one of you in this room. But I want to say that I'm going to be here as a facilitator, not as a teacher, which means that I want to hear from every one of you. It has to be as interactive as possible to get value from it. And to give you a bit of a background about myself, I'm a cybersecurity professional. I've been doing this for years. I'm top 50 women in cybersecurity in Africa. I was recently named a global influencer in security and fire last year. I won so many awards for the work I do, socially and professionally. I mean socially because, of course, you heard that people are here and I'm getting them trained for free. There are also people that are, different ways that are impacting the society, but also professionally I'm providing services and consulting to organizations as well. So it's a privilege to be here once again. For me, this is one of the most important parts of my career, the ability to also help other people come up the wrongs, to also help other people get skills and add-ons, to help other people live richer and more secure lives. So this for me is very important. But like I said, to get the best, we are all learning together. And that's why I've come down from this podium. So you don't see me as someone who can learn from me. I want to hear from you as well. So I've gotten a feel of the room and I'm excited more. I was very, very excited when I heard there were developers in the house, because some part of cybersecurity also has to do with making code more secure. I was also excited to hear about people that want to do a switch. So there are people who are doing fashion and want to add on IT. There are people who just are doing law or some other thing of fashion. I want to get more secure, want to do things, get skills required to do whatever they're doing in a more secure way. And then I'm also hearing about other people that study computer science and all of that. And that if you leave this room, you don't get into cyber learn. Enugu cyber learn. If you don't get into Enugu cyber learn for any reason, this last portion will really, really help you as well if you're starting a career by yourself, through any means, into cybersecurity. So yeah, let's get started. So for start, right? We all have mobile phones here, right? Who does have a mobile phone here? Anybody that doesn't have a mobile phone? See? That means we are all exposed to technology. And with the use of technology also comes, like anything else, comes with its own risk. Okay? It comes with its own risk. And those risks or those things that can go wrong, something that the bad guys can do to make something behave in an unexpected way, or to steal from something, is actually what an attack is going to entail most times. And so the things that now are bound to make that attack possible is what is called threats. So let's go on to the next slide. So we know very well that the first key thing that we always see, or rather we see very often, or this is a very frequent kind of attack. Who knows anyone who has lost an Instagram account lately? Okay, so the next bit we're going to touch on is how does social engineering happen? Most times it happens over 3 channels, and I'm going to give you the name. When it happens over email, it's called phishing. The phishing is spelled phishing, phishing. So it's not when you throw a hook, but it's pronounced the same way. Phishing. When it happens over text message, when you get that text message that says from Jobberman, when it's not from Jobberman, that is what phishing. Okay? took it from your bag. That's what phishing. So that means we have three major channels where social engineering happens: over voice call, over text, and via email. Via email is called what? Via voice call is called what? Voice call. Phishing. Via text is called what? Smishing. Okay? So it's literally like the channels they use, to tweak them, but it means very close, they're very close meaning. So, but for phishing, how do you identify a phishing email from a legitimate email? We're going to play another game here. If you have your computer, please have it handy. We're going to get really practical with this, and we're going to use a tool to show you practically how phishing happens and how you can actually identify it from a legitimate email with an actual tool. So the first thing to do is always check the sender's email address. So when you get an email on your phone, especially when it shows you the sender's name, you need to expand it and inspect the sender's address. If there is an extra character added, or it's entirely different from the domain. The domain name is the thing that's after the at symbol. So my email address is something like at cybersafefoundation.org. The domain name is cybersafefoundation.org, right? So if the domain name does not match the service that you're hearing from, then you should be worried. If there's an extra character, say Netflix for example, there's an extra I. It's not Netflix anymore. There's a saying that we say in Pidgin. Anything will resemble, if you resemble plum, waiting on be Panadol, not be Panadol. So this really, really applies. Generic and not familiar greeting. If your bank usually calls you by your name and they start saying, dear customer, be very careful. Presence of poorly-written grammar and spelling mistakes. Although this one is very debatable as well, because scammers have gotten better. They're now buying templates and everything to make their email more legit. But when you find spelling errors, most organizations that are trusted, that are usually impersonated in this kind of communications, will not make this kind of mistake. Let's go on. We really need to go on. Presence of suspicious links. I'm going to tell you exactly how, when we get to the tools, I'm going to tell you how to see a link and take it and make sure that it's not suspicious, that it's legitimate or not. How to determine that? I'm going to show you tools to use on your mobile phone or on a computer. Okay, but generally speaking, cyber criminals send those emails, and all you need to do sometimes is to put your mouse over the link and inspect it. Okay, sometimes you can imagine you need to do that first. And if you see that the web address looks funny, then you copy the link first and start analyzing the tools I'm going to show you very soon. Presence of suspicious attachments. So sometimes PDF you'll see that looks like a PDF, it's not exactly a PDF. Okay? It may be something else that's dangerous. And if you were not expecting a communication from somebody, even if you know that person, don't open attachment. I'll take that again. What is your name? What is your name? Onye. Onye, my name is Confidence. Nice to meet you. So let's say I know Onye, right? And Onye and I always talk via email. And I was not expecting an invoice from Onye, and Onye sent me an invoice. It's possible that they could have hacked her email account and they're trying to hack mine. Remember that your own safety online is not just because of yourself, it's also because of the people connected to you. Because when somebody breaks your network, everybody within your network also is at risk. Okay? So because of that consciousness, I will not say suspicious email is when you receive an email from somebody you don't know. No, sometimes somebody you know as well could be a victim. So if you're receiving a correspondence you're not expecting, it's suspicious. Let your red flag go on. Okay? The use of fear, urgency, outrageous claims, and unusual requests. Why is my bank saying that they charge me 20,000 in hidden links, fill out forms, or take any harmful action, correct? So yes. However, I've described some examples where people don't call you by your name, for example, right? That means they're sending that same email to several people. Anybody went for Abi? But it's spear phishing. They don't do assignment on top of your head. They are targeting you. So sometimes don't think that who do I know? Who am I that they will target me? They could start from you and move off wherever they want to go to, or move sideways from wherever they want to go to. Okay? So it's important that you know that this exists. If you can be targeted, and then they come after you. So in this email, for example, I was targeted, and they wrote a very, very good, and I received a lot of these coupons, by the way. but it's good content. I tell them, people are giving me content. So the email, no grammatical error whatsoever, fantastically well written. In fact, it even made sense in the content because at that time, the social media platform they were inviting me to do something for was having a problem. You understand? So the context, like I said, like my friend's example now, that a day before she tried to add somebody. So when the mail came, it's not like I have a clue. She had actually tried to add someone to her bank account. So sometimes context can be right. But what you must do is in those times like this one, I got this news, I'm not going to make easy peasy fresh side dollars, from doing this influencer gig. Only for me to say, okay, whenever I took my training is what I give myself as well, right? What I've taught you is what I teach and what I practice. So I said, okay, I'm excited. It's an emotion. Step away first. Come back. Okay? So in my excitement, I stepped away and came back to the email later on. And I did the same things I was teaching you. Put your mouse over the link. And I refreshed. You see, the world always wants to tell you things that you're not good enough at. Right? The world always tells you things you're not good enough at. But can you remind the world the places that you're good at? And that is where honing your strengths comes from. The things that you know how to do them radically well. That the things that you don't know how to do, you are able to have the confidence to improve those areas but not feel less because you have them as your weaknesses. Do you understand? So your strength leads to them. And again, your strength will determine what to pick as a path. If you're going to the Enugu Cyber Lab, at some point we'll tell you where are you going to? Let us streamline. Remember what I said about streamline? So you now pick, but you should pick not based on you understand? Pick based on your strength and hone your strength. I think that's the end of the presentation. Can we go?
So I'm really happy for this event. For someone like me, my career was around finance and it developed to what I'm doing now in governmental finance. But I wish I got into tech early enough. So it's good to see someone like Confidence come here, explain certain things to us, and let us know that there are opportunities beyond what we're saying. Yeah, the research we have done, cybersecurity experts are the second most in demand jobs in the tech space, right? And I believe it's something that is not necessarily like tech where you have to be excess programming. You can also use your intuition based on certain things. So I'm really happy. I believe all of you, if you've applied for this, 1 minute please. I believe all of you have applied for this masterclass. You've also applied for the Human Capital Development Program on this, right? You guys are still interested in it? Yes. Okay, so we are going to start with assessing at least the ones that came here first and the ones that are serious. So we'll start with the assessment with you guys and pick the first batch of 100 very quickly so we can start. We have more programs that we're going to do this year, but let me not take the shine from this cybersecurity event. I'm happy all of you came, and thank you very much. My name is Arinze Chilovia. I'm the Special Advisor on SME Development and also the Director General of Enugu SME Center. Today we had one of our ESAM programs, the Enugu Skill Acquisition Masterclass. Today was on cybersecurity and also giving in the Enugu the opportunity to know what the career path can be inside this space. We had a very passionate and lively speaker, a global expert in cybersecurity, Ms Confidence Staveley. She came in here and was able to educate our people and also breed that passion in cybersecurity in them. This program is now going to dovetail into the Human Capital Development Program on cybersecurity. It's going to be called the Enugu Cybersecurity Learning Program. We're starting with a batch of 200 slots, so we're quite excited. This has been part of our major push on development. As usual,
this cannot be possible without our working governor, Right Honorable Enugu, that has the mind of youth at his heart, and we shall continue to push his mandate as regards to human capital development and GburuGburu is SME. Thank you.
My name is Confidence Staveley. I'm a cybersecurity professional and I'm so excited to be in Enugu. I'm a part of this event as the subject matter expert. I mean, cybersecurity is a top global skill in demand across the world, and it was very exciting to be here speaking to young people of Enugu and them accepting the prospects and taking in a lot of the information we shared today with so much care. And I'm very, very excited because I know that the future for this kind of program will leave quite some very positive, remarkable changes and life-transforming opportunities to become available to the people of Enugu.
Okay, my name is Festus.
I understood many things that I didn't know. And
So I want to thank the SPME, the governor.
That God will continue to bless you because you guys are impacting in our lives.